What up, y'all? It's your girl Tisha, and you are watching Tisha's Take, where I break down the brilliant, brave, and bodacious aspects of B3 Media Productions. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Tisha, and I am the producer for B3 Media. So this show is like a director's cut, if you will. I'm going to break down every aspect, teach you a little something, and hopefully make you laugh a couple of times. So in this episode, I'm breaking down the one and only TKL Talks. TKL, the Kenya Linton. My boo thing is what I like to call her, honestly, because she is just fantastic and amazing. And let me tell you, all these women, they create their own shows. Kenya created this show. She brought the idea to me. We had our production meeting. The only thing I had to do with her is give her a rundown. Now, some of you may be saying, well, what's a rundown? Some of you may know it to be called the run of show. Some of you call it a run sheet. But basically, it is step for step, minute for minute, even second for second in some cases, breaking down what are you going to do in a show? How are you going to open it up? How long is that going to take? What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? Is there going to be any sound effects? What camera are we going to use? All these things have to be planned out before you get on set. Nothing is just by chance. No, 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 no. Okay. So all I did was give her a breakdown on a run sheet. When we got on set, honey, and I said action, she was gone. Okay. I call her the Jay-Z of talk shows because Kenya is a one taker. Oftentimes, we have to do what we call a take. And a take is a period where we're filming. Maybe they'll stumble over their words. Maybe there's a mishap on the audio or light or something like that. Not with Kenya. Kenya, she did 3 segments. I had 3 clips. She goes in and she comes in with high energy. She's focused. She sticks to the script. She's flying. She's really improvising the entire time because she doesn't use a teleprompter. A teleprompter is something where sometimes, you saw the words beside the camera and the talent is reading a script. She doesn't use the script, but she sounds like she's using a script. She is phenomenal. And one of the things that I love best about her style of interviewing and hosting a show is that she really gels off what her guests are saying and really gives them what we call lead-ins that allows them to answer her questions easily. And this is just a great strategy on how to keep a conversation flowing and not trip up your guests. Take a look at this clip to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Out of them. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. And it also makes me think about how sometimes people get in their heads where they feel like, oh, this is ministry, but I can't monetize, things of that sort. So how do you navigate with your clients with that? I know I'm throwing you a monkey wrench here, but you just brought an idea to me. So how do you, being a woman of God and also being an entrepreneur, bring that all together?
I love that question. And I don't have a problem talking about money, y'all. I don't. I really don't. Because people need to understand there is ministry.
Yes.
And then there's marketplace ministry.
Yeah.
See there, she threw Giselle a curveball, and it didn't feel like a curveball for Giselle because she knew Giselle was already on that train of thought. So she just really took advantage and kept going. So that is what I would consider a brilliant move from Kenya on her show. She brilliantly hosts her show in the most articulate, entertaining, and uplifting way as possible. So now I want to get to the brave part. The brave part is where I say, okay, and I really am trying not to do this because if any artist knows, sometimes you go back and you look at your work and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this different. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And sometimes it's even just hard to put it out and just say, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, just put it out. That's me. I'm really bad at it. But it's really important that you are watching your tape, that when you're in production, you are learning things that you want to do differently. and ways to elevate your productions. And so in this particular show, one of the things that there are a lot of things I'll probably change in how we shot. We're grassroots right now. We're really kind of guerrilla style. We're using what we got, what God has gave us, and we're making the best of it. And I'm really excited about future sponsors, future advertisers that will come and support the show so that we can get fantastic equipment and really take this thing to Hollywood, okay? But one of the things that I would definitely change here, a brave move that we did, was with our microphones. So there's 3 guests, 2 of them are technically mic'd. You definitely want to make sure every single person is mic'd on your set, or you can use a shotgun mic. So a shotgun mic is where you see, like in the movies, there's a microphone hanging at the top. You don't see it in the shot, but it's definitely there. And so I would definitely either use a shotgun mic for my third talent if I don't have another lavalier, or just go for a second set of lavaliers and connect it to a media recorder that can take more than 2 inputs. We like to use the Rode lavaliers, RODE. They are fantastic microphones. And if you are looking for a new set of microphones, Rode is definitely the way to go. So we were a little brave, took a little risk, and I made it work in post, but everybody ran with it. And when I decided who to mic and who not to mic, I always took in consideration of who has the most vibracious voice. So Giselle, she projects really well. She gets really excited when she's talking about her passions. And so that I knew that my shotgun mic that was mounted on the camera closest to her was able to pick her up as much as possible. So lastly, we're going to go to the bodacious. Okay. This show was so bodacious because Kenya asked questions to Giselle and Latoya that were really vulnerable questions, asking them, well, what do you add? What do you bring to the table? How do you add value to your audience? Asking Giselle the tough question about how she monetizes kingdom alignment content, and Giselle really stuck out and, shared something that maybe what I consider an unpopular opinion. And so this is the part of production where I say you have to be bodacious. You have to not be afraid to talk about the tough things. That's what television, production, podcasts, any of these things. Yes, we're informing people. Yes, we're inspiring people. But at the end of the day, I always say you are here to entertain. People want to have a shock moment, and so a great host, a great producer is always making sure, directors, we're pulling out those shocking moments. We're making sure that we are asking those tough questions. We are pushing people to share their unpopular opinion, because otherwise I say it's boring. Nobody wants to watch a boring conversation. You have to give me some shock. You have to make it sexy, as I like to say. And the questions that Kenya asked, the responses that both Latoya and Giselle gave on this show was absolutely bodacious. That was the brilliant, brave, and bodacious breakdown of TKL Talks. I absolutely love what TKL is doing. I want to give a shout out to the people who made this episode happen. First, Will Darden. He is our videographer. He's like a little brother of mine. He always brings a great energy, positivity to the set, no matter how serious and stressed out I might look. He always keeps me cool, calm, and collected. I want to also shout out TKL for putting together a fantastic show. And I want to shout out one of my mentors, a lot of our mentors, Ron, I like to call him Elder Ron, Elder Michelle. They have a full-on studio at their homes, and they open their homes to us to allow us to use their studio, which has everything that you could ever imagine in it. And last but not least, Wandria Hampton, our executive producer for B3 Media. She also dubs as my PA. She's always there making sure that we're doing it right, that we're on time, that we have snacks, that we're comfortable, and that we are entering everything in prayer and excellence. So thank you, Wandria, for your support. Thanks for tuning in to Tisha's Take, where I break down the brilliant, brave, and bodacious aspects of the B3 Media Productions once a month to cover what we've done and what we're going to do differently next time. If you want to learn more about production, make sure you follow B3 Media TV on YouTube. And if you have a question, hit me up in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching Tisha's Take. I'll see you tomorrow for another breakdown of B3 Media Productions.
Join the conversation on B3 Media TV as we discuss important issues affecting women today.